So we have here a game with
Petrosian. Yeah.
Petrosian. This is from the
This is
candidates,
the
right?
candidates match. Just before he had to play against Spassky the next year in 72. The match was played in 71, and it was the last chance for somebody to try to stop Bobby, not to be able to win
Or
again
yes.
and go to Reykjavik to try to beat Spassky and become himself the world champion. Yeah.
Okay.
So
So Bobby
they
is
played the French defense, Bobby with white, yes.
okay.
And now Petrosian played something a little bit unusual, knight c6. Usually black has to play here bishop d4 or knight f6, the main lines, instead of knight c6. Okay, after knight c6, Bobby played knight f3, normal, knight f3, and now instead of the move e5, which is normal,
Yes.
he took in d5. Taking in d5 gives a very small edge for white.
Hmm.
And what happened afterwards, we'll see in this game.
But
Yeah.
this will be a transposition to another opening,
No,
or
he wasn't happy with the normal move e5 because after e5, knight e4, it seems that black equalizes
hmm
almost,
hmm
more or less like this.
So after e5 here,
Yeah,
the knight
knight e4,
will
yeah,
come
and
here.
if you take in e4, you have nothing with white. So if you don't take in e4 and you play bishop d3 or bishop b5, he has time to take in c3, and the game is more or less even. So he took in d5 and now bishop b5. Well, starting from here, what tries to show everybody that he has a small edge, but if this is enough or not, we'll see in our game. Bishop b5. It's a little bit better for white, the position. Takes, bishop e7, bishop g5, a6, takes. Now it's clear. The first part of the game is finished. White has a small edge because the pawn structure is better for white. You see, he has a good structure with the pawns on the initial places a2, b2, c2, d4, and black in meantime has a double pawn on the c line, and therefore white is better in every position.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, now he takes in, he plays bishop h4, yes, queen d7, and now he tries to double the rooks on the e line. That gives a small edge for white.
It looks very straightforward, the
Yeah,
development.
yeah. I
Yes,
mean, he
nothing.
plays for very small advantage, but the advantage is there. Yeah,
Yes.
rook e1. Now he played rook e1. He has the line, yeah.
Yes.
And now b3 preparing the next maneuver, knight c3 to a4 with the threat to come to c5. That gives the small edge for white.
C5 looks like a very good outpost.
If he arrives in c5 in good condition, white is much better. Yeah. Rook b8, take that, and now knight e4, the good
block.
move. Yes, very good move.
To block the C5, or
Yeah, to block the c5 and forcing the white bishop to accept to take in d8 with a very, very small edge for white at the first look like this. If
for
this
white
is
or
enough
black.
for white, always for white. White is in every position. White is better. Well, he took in d8, takes, and now queen f4. Again, a very strong move, because now he accepts to trade queens, and we'll see again. When you look from outside at this position, you think that black has more or less an even game, but it's not true.
Yes.
Yeah. Takes in, and now now it's impossible to come immediately to c5, but now he has another idea, again very logical and very good. He plays immediately the move c4. Now you can't take in c4 because you lose the knight, and the threat is to take in d5. Again you have a double pawn, again a very bad structure, and you can come meantime on the c line also. You
So
can move
he,
the rook to c2 or to c1.
okay, so that he cannot take here
No, because he loses the knight.
he loses the knight.
Yes.
But if white takes the pawn,
Yeah, you have the double pawn.
you have the double pawn here, and then the rooks can switch and take this line.
Yes.
No, simple and output.
Very clear, yes.
Yes.
A small advantage.
Yeah.
Now knight f6, the best move.
Yeah.
And now it seems okay. He can prepare, but I'm waiting with black, and maybe I can hope to have an even game finally.
Yes. Now Now
Yeah, if he
he
took
takes,
immediately in d5, he could take back with the knight first, and then you don't have any more
yeah,
advantage. You know,
but now the pawn is
now he
hanging.
wants to take in c5, in d5, and he has also the possibility to double the rooks on the c line. You can't have the symmetry, you know, because after rook c8, he doesn't take immediately in d5. He plays first rook c2 and then he takes in c5. Maybe you lose the pawn from c6. And if you lose the pawn from c6, it's finished, you know. Yeah. Okay, rook b8. Now he takes. Again,
Double
he
pawn.
couldn't take with the knight because he loses the pawn from c6 without
Yes.
any compensation. Okay, now f3 is very good move against the threat knight e4. You know, yeah.
Yes.
Knight h5. He tries to, you know, maybe to give a pawn to have some counterplay on the king side. You know, I mean, play very active game on the king side, but it's not enough. Rook c6 immediately. I mean, he wants to take the pawn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bobby doesn't say no to
No, of course. I mean, that was the idea. Knight
any
okay,
opportunity.
he gives the pawn from d6, and if you look at the position, you think maybe black could do something on the e line. Okay, we'll see. Rook e8. Okay, he takes. Check. Very active, of course. King f2. And okay, he has a very active position now. Finally, with black, you know, has some counterplay. You know.
I guess with the intention to go on
Yeah,
h2,
he
rook
wants to
h2.
come with the other rook in the e8 and
Okay.
play rook e1 and had some threats against the white king. And we see now the last part of the game, which is very instructive because Bobby realizes the advantage in a very complicated position at the first look like this, you know,
Yeah.
for both, where everybody would think that Bobby isn't in a small danger compared with the other, you know, moments of the game.
Yeah.
But you see, everything would be crystal clear, and finally he wins
No
the game.
danger.
No problem at all. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, king g3. Okay, he forces another weakness from black later on. You know. Now he attacks the knight. I mean,
Yes.
if you don't give check, you play g5, you lose the second pawn on h6 without any compensation.
Yeah. 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 So if
So now he gives check. He
the
comes
pawn
with
here, this will be
yeah.
lost.
After g5, rook take h6. Black
Yes.
is 2 pawns down, and
Enough.
normally the game is finished. Yeah.
Okay.
Now king h4. He attacks again the knight. Yeah.
Wow. I didn't expect to move the king again. Yeah.
No, he has to move the game because
Yes.
it was check.
Because it was check. Yeah.
yeah,
I didn't. Okay.
So now he gives the other pawn. I mean, for big activity. You know,
Yeah,
he has a very active game. You know.
Yes, I think I didn't expect that Bobby to still go after the knight. I was expecting maybe the king
No,
to come
that
down.
is the best move.
Yes.
I mean, you know, when you look at the game, it seems a little bit dangerous, but it is not dangerous because all the white pieces are there. You know, it's not really a threat against the white king. And he takes the pawns, and you know, finally he has later on the possibility to sacrifice himself the knight against the last pawn and to transpose the endgame in a, you know, an endgame with too many pawns against the knight, and it's finished. It's completely
so
lost
it'll be a
for black.
sacrifice also. Okay.
Later, we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
So g6, he took the second pawn. Okay, now black tries to do something against the white king from h4. You know, tries to attack the white king. You know,
Yeah.
rook e8. That is the complete activity for black. I mean, he gives everything for the last attacking chances against the opponent, the king from h4. Okay. So now he takes the third pawn. Yeah.
The mopping,
Okay, now
mopping of the pawns.
the rooks are there. Everything is prepared against the king from h4. And now the knight comes into defense, you know. And now a very good move. Rook e5, king g4 first, you know, attacking the knight. And now rook e5. Okay, now we have this position. You see, 3 pawns more for white. And black is completely lost if he doesn't do anything. Okay, he tries to do something finally, you know, but it's too late. No. Check. King g3. Check. And now king h4. Again, you can't, you know, have a real threat against the king. And in every endgame you are lost because the advantage is too big for white. I mean, he took too many pawns anyway. Yeah?
Yeah, but you are right. The white king looks a little bit
Looks a little bit
in
dangerous,
trouble.
in a dangerous situation, but it's
Yes.
not really a very dangerous situation. You have to only to play very, very accurate, to play
Precise,
very
yes.
precise, yeah, with white. Yeah.
He
And
looks
now,
like he get.
well, he's trying to prepare something. I
Yes.
mean, to have time to give a check in G5, to play maybe knight G7 check, something like this. You know?
Yes.
So knight in E4 is very strong.
So he didn't took the
No,
rook.
knight E4 is an excellent move. You know, now everything is there to defend the king. You know, in the last moment, if it's necessary, I can sacrifice the knight. This is the idea. You know. G5 check. Okay, king G4. Now G7. Now he's threatening
Checkmate.
really to come with the king if you don't do
Yes.
anything. He plays king G6.
Yes.
And then the threat is real. The threat is mate in
Threat is
H5.
checkmate with the pawn here on.
Yeah. And now white has to move. And now he gives the knight. Okay. He gives the knight. Takes in E1.
Now takes the rook.
Yeah. Now look. Now he took the last pawn. Now I am attacking also. I mean, he attacks only the knight, the pawn from F4. If he takes the pawn from F4, he has 6 pawns against the knight.
Yeah.
It's completely winning. No.
Okay.
So now they play until the end, but the game is completely clear now. Yeah. White is winning in every range. Yes.
It looks like sometimes Bobby was looking to sacrifice a piece.
He was preparing.
Yes,
He was allowing some counterplay from his opponent, but in the meantime, he prepared the good defense, and he played normally, very correctly, and we have this position where he realizes the advantage in a very, very nice endgame. I mean, every endgame is completely winning for white. Knight e6 check, bishop, king f5. Rook e2. Well, it's desperation. I mean, he accepts to come into an end game without any hope. But even if he doesn't play rook e2, it's agony. You know, the threat was finally to play d5, d6, d7. That was the idea. You know,
because the rook was behind and
the rook
just
is
pushed.
behind. He advances with the pawn, and in meantime you lose also the pawn from f4. It's finished. You know.
Yeah.
Okay, rook e2 takes, knight takes. Now this is the best move, king e5, because if you take in f4 first, he gives a check in e2, and then he has also the possibility to play the knight in c1, which is also winning for
Okay,
for
so
white.
if he was taking this, the knight will
if
come.
he was taking in f4, I mean, he was taking with check
Yes,
first,
in f4, the king.
e2,
yes.
and then knight c1, and he can win maybe another pawn.
And can win maybe this pawn, because a4.
So he doesn't give anything. I mean, now you have to take in e2. Yeah.
Okay. So he wins a tempo right now.
And now a4, and now it's finished. Now the pawn goes very quickly, and here he resigned. Yeah.
Also, the knight he cannot catch it.
No, of course not. I mean, the only move is knight c1. Knight c1.
Okay, let's see. Yeah. Here actually.
No, he resigned. Here, yes. But after knight c1,
yes.
The simplest way to do it is a5. You have to take in b3. No.
Yes.
a6. Knight c5, the only move. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, now a7. Now you have to give a check, no? And now I attack the knight. I can also take in f3, in f4. I win in every position.
Yeah.
Pardon, knight where the king was where?
Here. Or like that.
Yeah, knight d5. Knight d7. King d5 is the best move. King d5, and now you have to give check, and king c6. Yeah, and I attack the knight, and king b7. Yeah. He lost the knight.
And finish.
The pawn wins because it goes very quickly. The pawn A and H win in every position very quickly. They go very.
They have an extra leg.
Yeah, very, very quickly. Yeah. Well, that's a beautiful game. Fischer, could show everybody that he is the best player also in endgame. Not only in opening and middle game. In opening, in endgame, he was also a very precise player, and he realized, every small advantage, very clearly and very quickly.
Nice.
Well, after this game, the match was decided, of course, and